Hi, in this video I want to have a quick look at a tip, I guess, on creating the perfect pause. So sometimes in a game you want to create a certain amount of time delay. For instance, you might want an exact 1 second pause or a delay. So in NextBASIC there is a command called pause on NextBASIC in general. Now pause, and then you put a number of frames in there, will hold the code or stop the program for that many frames. So 50 would be 1 second, for instance, at 50 hertz. 10 would be a fifth of a second. However, the problem with the pause command is that you can exit the pause by tapping a key, and that's not too great if you want to put an exact amount of time in a delay. You don't want to, for instance, in a game, you don't want the player to be hitting the movement keys and suddenly, hey, we've jumped out of our 1 second pause. So what you can do is you can grab the frame count, the system frame count from the spectrum. The actual value is stored at an address 23672. This is a spectrum system variable that stores the number of frames since it was reset. And in ZX OS 2.08 and higher, they introduced a new NextBASIC command called time, which does pretty much the same thing. Now, I don't want to write, I guess when you're writing a game, you don't want to write lots of code, like 5 lines to do a delay. So a really handy command, if you're not familiar with it, is the repeat command. Now let's just put a repeating loop inside one line of code. It starts with the word repeat, and then you have your code that you want to repeat. And then it ends with a repeat until, and you have a condition there that'll go back to the line with repeat and continue until that condition's met or true. So let's have a look at how we can pause for a second. Now that's 50 frames. So this is all in one line, but it's broken down over 3. First of all, what we do is zero out the frame count. So it starts at 0. Then we go repeat, and then we just have it, instead of code, we don't want to run anything, we just want to go repeat until, and then we ask the memory address, is the frame count greater than 49? And if it is, then it'll jump out. So we'll just repeat and hold it for exactly 50 frames. Now in NextBASIC 2.08 and higher, I guess, it's even easier. So instead of using the poke and the peek, all you need to do is use the time command. Now when you type the word time on its own, it resets the timer back to 0. Then we repeat, and then we repeat until the time is greater than 49, because if you use the time command in an if statement, or in this case repeat until, it actually tells you the value that's in time. So the command on its own resets the time to 0, and using it anywhere else will actually return the amount of frames back. So there you have it, handy little tip. Hopefully that comes in useful for something for your games, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and ding the bell, because I release videos, but so infrequently you probably want to subscribe and wait for the bell to ding and let you know I've done another one. So until next time, ta-ra.